Belgium-based international concert pianist Catherine Geels is touring New Zealand, and Catherine's performance last night was unusual. It was on the Alexander Grand Piano in Dunedin, the world's longest piano at 5.7 metres. Shortly we'll speak to her and with Adrian Mann, its builder, but first here is some of the performance. And we'll have time, I think, for a little bit more of that later. But let's talk to the pianist and the builder, and first of all, the builder, Adrian Mann. Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Very well, thank you. That was very pretty.
Yeah, it was a magic night.
This performance of Catherine's, who we'll speak to, as well as you, was in your shop, your showroom.
Yes, up on Stewart Street in Dunedin.
Okay. And is this the longest, the Alexander Pianos permanent home now, Adrian? Because you have lugged it around in the past.
Well, I'm not sure about permanent. I think, it's yeah, it is its home. But I mean, if we wanted to take it somewhere, we still have the option to do that. Yeah.
Okay. You are remarkable. I mean, with no formal training, you decided at the age of 14 to build a giant piano from scratch and name it after your grandfather. And it's a regular keyboard, but everything else has to be outsized, basically.
Yep. It's a regular keyboard. The keys are like a metre long inside the piano. Obviously, the strings are long and big frame and everything. Yeah.
The logistics of getting the right sound, I mean, most of us have a think about this and just think, how on earth would we proceed? But the logistics of getting the right sound, I think, were fairly gigantic. And you built it in a farm shed.
Yep, a farm shed out the back of Timaru there, yeah. Yep, on the Evans's farm. But getting the sound, that was my biggest concern, is to get the evenness of tone. Yeah.
You've been asked before, I know, Adrian, about the prodigious process of construction, so I shan't go into it all again today. But and I have a last question to ask you after we talk to Catherine, but what plans now for the Alexander now that it is getting these international baptisms?
Just more concerts. I love just having other people play the piano, and I like to be able to share it with people, and I just love, meeting the people that come in and enjoy the concerts and seeing them just relax and unwind and just be there and experience it.
You got a good crowd on last night?
Totally full. Actually, we had more than we could really hold. We had people up the staircase, and yeah, because we'd sold out, and then we had people walk in off the street, and it was just magic.
I'm very pleased to hear it. Okay, so we'll come back to you if you don't mind, but Catherine's there with you.
Yes, yep.
Good morning, Catherine.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well. I understand you like to remove the elitism associated with piano performances.
Yes, if I understand good, yes, I want to change a little bit the manner to do the concert, like Liszt did it 200 years ago. because Franz Liszt was the first performer who did it in a very big hall. And I think that now we have to explain more the music, the classical music, for the people so they can understand it better and feel it better.
Your tour is a journey on love, I think. Is that what you're calling it?
Yes. I choose pieces around the theme of love, yes, because the romantic composer wrote very much about love.
So what composers are you favouring as you play around the country? Who have you got on the repertoire?
I love very much Franz Liszt, also Chopin and Beethoven. This the most, and also Schumann. The romantic composer for me are the best.
You have a New Zealand connection, I understand. Is it your daughter's boyfriend's a Kiwi?
Yes, of course, yes.
So that's partly why you're here. Now,
yes, that starts the history of my tour here. Yes, of course, because I met the fathers of the boyfriend of my girls. I met them in Belgium 2 years ago, and they said, "Oh, you have to come to New Zealand to do a concert." And I said, "It's a little bit far for one concert." And they said, "No, we will organize a few concerts, and you will see it will be great." And it was so great. 3 concerts in New Zealand for me. It's amazing. It's wonderful.
What did you think of playing the Alexander?
It's I don't explain. It's awesome. It's very amazing, a very agreeable touch. I thought that was very difficult to play it because so long, but not at all. And the bass are wonderful without being too loud. It's a very amazing piano, and I want to share my experience in Europe, and maybe we could try the piano in Europe, that the European people can know that, because it's a wonderful discovery for me.
It's amazing that Adrian's created this. So in terms of the tone, the quality you get out of the piano, compared with what you might normally play a Steinway or a Bechstein or something, how does it stack up? How does it rate?
Yes, it's very different. To me, it records a little bit the pianoforte, because it's not covered on the bass strings, but with an actual song, and because the pianoforte is a very dry sound. And I like very much this one because it's not too power, and the balance was very good feeling.
There've been some very good pianists play it. Our own Maurice Till and Michael Houston, who I think played with Rain on the Roof, on the shed roof. So you would think you could take this piano overseas and people would applaud the sound as well as looking at the piano and thinking that's a great long piano. They would think it's a really quality instrument.
Yeah, yes, I think so. Yes,
okay.
Yes, it will be fine. Yes.
Where are you headed for now?
Now I'm on holidays, and I have 1 month to discover this very beautiful country. And I will get a car and go around the South Island and then the North Island to Auckland with the car.
Fantastic. Well, you've got the right weather for it, so the tour's ended and now you can just relax. That's great.
Yes, very, very amazing for me. It's a wonderful trip. It's wonderful. I cannot say anything else.
Catherine, nice to talk to you, and well done on your performances here. And it was nice hearing you play. Catherine Geels. And Adrian, are you still there?
Yes.
You will be interested perhaps in what might be the last chance to get Elton John perform on the piano when he visits Dunedin.
Definitely, I've been scheming about that. The last hurdle we had was that there weren't any Yamaha parts on the piano. So that might be the next fix that I have to do with it. Yeah.
Hang on. So you would tell Elton John that you've put Yamaha bits on the piano?
Yeah, that was. I had a phone call from a manager. I'm not sure who he was, but he said, "Are there any Yamaha parts on the piano?" And I said, "No. There's Steinway. There's Arad. There's Abel." but there's no Yamaha parts. And I said, why is that? Well, he said, oh, that's a shame because he's actually contracted to Yamaha. He can't play anything that isn't associated with Yamaha.
That's right. I remember.
So I said, oh, well, it doesn't stop him from coming and looking at it.
You could offer it for the Dunedin Stadium performance. That would be. He'd be attracted by that idea, surely.
Surely, yeah, and it would save having to cart one there. I mean, we're already here, so ready to go.
Well done on last night, Adrian, and good to talk to you again, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That's Adrian Mann and Catherine Geels.